So this is what happens. You go to college, you graduate, and then what do? You either start your career or maybe you continue your education.
Or maybe you pause and take a gap year. And this is Chick to Chick.
I know we talked about this before, but, I went to college and I was in such a rush, such a hurry to grow up and to start my career that I graduated in 3 years. I took 18 credits every semester. I went to summer school. I was in such a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like going, why? Why did I do this? Why did I rush into life? Why did I rush to become an adult? Because being an adult is like really overrated.
Completely overrated.
It's overrated. And my son, I wonder where he gets this from. He kind of did the same thing. He rushed through college. He graduated early. He started his career immediately. And I'm already hearing from him, Mom, I'm so stressed out. Mm-hmm. Mom, I'm so stressed out. And I'm like, just stop. Yeah. Like, what is the hurry? Why are we in such a hurry all the time?
I was in a hurry. By the time I was 23, I was married and I had 2 stepchildren.
Holy smokes. You were in a big time hurry. Yeah.
I didn't know I was in a hurry because like you, that was just the trajectory. But these days, I think, especially through COVID, I think it made people take a big, gigantic pause to figure out what they were going to do next, which is a perfect segue. Because I'm going to introduce my own daughter, Sam. Sam has been on the podcast before, but this is a really cool one. I am very proud of my Sam because she did something that you and I didn't have the chutzpah to do.
I wish I had done this.
So many people don't do.
I wish I had.
She took a big pause, and while we call it a gap year, she doesn't really like, she's not in love with that word, the gap year, but she did take time. So, Sam, welcome back to the podcast again. Thank you for humoring your mom and your old Auntie Flora over here. And just really, we want you to provide that perspective on a pause. So right out of the gate, honey, just tell people, why you decided to take a pause.
Yeah, this is something I love talking about now. So I graduated in 2020 and I was so burnt out. I had 2 bachelors of science that I graduated with, and I did the over credits, the over burnout, overworking thing. And I think I am grateful for the pandemic because it made me slow down, put on the brakes and say, whoa, I have time to think. I have time to be. What do I really want to do? At the time, I was going to go to medical school, and that didn't seem like the right step. So I thought, let's continue this pause and really figure out what I want to do. So after I graduated, I went to Costa Rica because I have been teaching yoga throughout undergrad. I love teaching yoga, and I thought I'll go for a couple months to travel, and maybe I can teach yoga on the side. And it's been almost 2 years, and ended up teaching yoga in Costa Rica and finding out what I really wanted to do. And now I'm about ready to take the next steps into my path.
So you didn't take 1 year. You loved it so much. You did 2 years. I love that. What did this whole experience teach you? You said you decided to go to Costa Rica. You were teaching yoga. What did you get out of that? And how has that changed you and helped you mature?
Well, living in a different country has been an amazing experience. It taught me self-sufficiency, confidence, and it's just given me a lot more bravery than I thought I had to really go for what I want in life. And it's a slower pace of life. I was able to really examine what I wanted to do, what my day looks like, in order to set me up for what my future is going to look like. So that's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I just want to dovetail off of.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
Go ahead.
So I think the other thing is that you just needed to sort of reconnect with who you were, Sam, and you needed to figure things out. But more importantly, you wanted a lot of independence. You didn't want it to seem like, oh, your parents, me and your dad are footing the bill for all of this. So that's the one thing I want you to, explain. You did this on your own and how you made it work. And then the other thing, it should just kind of lead into it.
That's what I thought you were going to talk about.
It's just the people who just say, okay, well, when are you going to get back to real life? Because I know even the people that you love, have you.
not me.
I don't think you did. But
I
other
never
people
said that.
have kind of, it's sort of insulting, but they don't mean it that way. So anyway, explain how you were able to do it financially because you did it on your own, and that it's kind of hurtful when people will say things like, well, when are you going to get back to real life?
Yeah, after especially I passed the first gap year, it was like, okay, when are you going to get back to real life? And it's living in Costa Rica as well. People thought I was just living an eternal vacation that my parents were footing the bill for, but that wasn't the case. I simplified the means at which I was living, and I was working hard as a yoga teacher, which kind of seems like a juxtaposition, but I was working as much as I needed to live the lifestyle that I wanted to. So it gave me the drive to really foot this bill on my own and to walk on my own 2 feet in a whole different culture, a whole different country. And yeah, it was kind of hurtful when people I think it came from not understanding that this is an option, that you can live a completely different way. But it wasn't a great feeling when people asked when I was getting back to reality, as if I weren't living a reality, because I really was.
You know what? I think it was badass. How's that?
Yep.
I think that's badass that you did this. You took off. You sought out this adventure. You did it on your own. I would have been terrified. I want you to explain too, though. You said you foot the bill. You paid for everything, and you had to make some choices. So what were your living conditions like in Costa Rica?
Yeah, it was great. I lived in this amazing little surf town. There were many options of places to live, but personally, I didn't have AC, and for most of the time, I didn't have hot water. It was exactly this. We called it the surf shack. It was this little awesome little house that I lived in within walking distance of the beach, and I could wake up and walk to the beach to check the waves and go surf every morning if I wanted to. So the living standards weren't as high, but I was so full of life that it didn't matter.
Well, I think, though, that's really important because I think a lot of people go, oh, she was in Costa Rica. Oh, you must have been in some 5-star resort. And you weren't. And when you were telling me you didn't have AC, I was like, what? I'm out.
Well, I'm out. And this is the thing. This is what cracked me up, too. Her kitchen was outside.
Yeah.
Her bathroom was pretty much outside. And her neighbor was a horse that she probably could have just reached over and gone like this, which totally cracks me up. But why was it important to you? Because I know the thing that you loved was being entrenched in that environment so that you could really learn about the people and the culture and really just, take in everything that was around you. So talk about the experience of learning in another environment. And then you also did a little traveling also while you were there.
Yeah, I did some solo travel trips. I went to Mexico a couple times and around Costa Rica. And what I really learned is I expanded upon my relationship with myself, because moving there by myself, I ended up with so many amazing friends and really a friend group that felt like family. But at the end of the day, it was me, and the decisions were made by me for me. So I really got to know myself better and what I want. And yeah, it was such a great opportunity to lay that foundation for what the decisions that I want to make in the future for myself.
Okay, so you're back from the States now, or I'm sorry, you're back in the States from
Yes.
Costa Rica, and I just call her like she's my little bohemian beauty here with this beautiful natural highlights and no makeup, minimalist. I love seeing her back here in the States. What's next now? Where are we going from here?
So next up, I'm going to Spain. I'm going to a chiropractic school in Barcelona. And it's just something I've followed my passions also as through these gap years. I didn't realize how much I was learning from this gap of just following some of my passions. So Spanish is something that I majored in college, and it was mostly just to set me out as a med school applicant. And I always liked my Spanish classes. But living in Costa Rica for 2 years, I feel a lot more comfortable with my Spanish. And now I'm going to a bilingual chiropractic school so that I will be able to practice in Spanish. So next up is Barcelona, where I'll be going to chiropractic school.
And I asked her this the other day. Mm-hmm. So I said to you, you had hit the books, you took 2 years off, that you haven't really been immersed in education. Do you think this is going to be a tough transition for you now to get back into college and into that mindset that you're hitting the books again and studying? Do you think that's going to be tough for you?
It'll definitely be a transition, but there are two variables to this. A reason I chose a school in Spain is because a little bit more relaxed. It's a great quality education, but it doesn't seem like it's going to make me prone to burnout as before. And it's focusing on learning rather than testing. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm also just a nerd at heart. And I recently have been finding myself excited to learn again. I'm trying to learn Portuguese, and I downloaded an anatomy app, and I have been learning throughout teaching yoga so much. I'm always reading yoga books and about mobility and things like that. So it's something that I really learned that learning is a value of mine. So I think that it won't be that hard of a transition because I'm actually really excited about it.
Listen, Sam will tell you, I've told her this many times. When she was born, she came out of the womb asking questions.
Oh, geez.
Her cry was literally, but how, but how, but how? And she was the type of child who sat in a big basket of books, like the chef in the Muppets that's like, oh, no, no. This is Sam going through books. It's who she is. But the thing I love is that she always has this zest for learning and doing, and no matter where she is, she just squeezes all out that she can get from it. And so for her, and we've talked about this, while she was burnout from that intense learning process and the university style that she left, she now knows is not really what she enjoys and how she wants to learn, that she's taken the ownership to go to a place that not only she's excited about, but that she gets how she is as a learner and as an adult now. You know, she's 23 and she has control over how she's going to learn and what she's going to do, you know, more of. I mean, I'm so proud of you, honey. I'm always proud of you. And I always get people like Flora and other parents who are friends who are just like, wow, look what Sam is doing.
I think it's great.
I hope other parents who, you know this, Sam, there are friends of mine that the parents, they follow you on your social media to see all that you do, and they'll message me and be like, she's killing it. I love it.
I love it. I think it's great what you did. I wish I had done something like that. I wish I had the guts to do what you did. I think it's really, really important that you pointed out that you foot the bill for everything, because I've heard other kids going, oh, I'm going to take a gap year, but they want their parents to pay for it.
Right.
That's a game changer. This is different. You did this on your own. And here's my final question to you. Did you do the right thing, or do you regret what you did?
Oh my gosh, I totally did the right thing. I've learned so much in the past 2 years, and I am grateful for every moment of it, for sure.
Well, I'm thrilled for you. The best of luck in Barcelona. I'm going to be back here like with your mom going, she's leaving again for Barcelona.
Aren't you coming along to visit her?
I am.
See?
I am.
It's a bonus.
Best of luck to you. I think it's awesome what you did, and you're going to do great things. I just know she is.
I know she is too.
Thanks
for coming on, honey.
Thank you for having me.
Isn't she cool? She's cool.
She's badass.
She is. And look, I'm not going to lie. Was I in love with this whole idea in the beginning? No. She's traveling by herself.
Were you freaking out?
Yes. But the one thing I will say is when she's happy, I am happy. And when she is enjoying her life, I am excited for her life. I'm excited for all the things she's going to do. So for all the parents out there that are freaking out that your child, is moving away, maybe they're doing what my daughter is doing and they're moving out of the country.
Yeah.
Let them go. Let them be.
Yeah.
That's their dream. It's not yours. As I said, we feed them, we water them, they grow.
Let them grow.
So that's my final thought.
Let them go. And it is good parting message. And we love that you tune in. Please go over to our YouTube channel. Check us out, Chick to Chick USA. Like us, subscribe, and we will be back next week to chirp about another topic.